List one Singlish word that you have heard in the past week, and then what do you think it means?
La.
It's not really. Okay, that's Singlish, but maybe what it means. What it means then? Okay, firstly, thank you, John, for coming to Singapore.
That's my pleasure.
Right, and probably in this whole week you have made an impact to about probably 10,000 people. Right, it's amazing what you have done, and really hope more and more people will get to hear John's story when he's coming back, and really I hope millions will get to hear his story just in Singapore alone. Right, so I'm going to ask a few questions.
Sure.
Right, some trivia for a start, and then we go some deeper questions.
Sure.
Right, so for a start, name one Singaporean dish.
Prata.
You got it right. It wasn't prata.
And then prata, and then laksa.
Laksa, but you didn't get to try.
No, but I've had it.
Oh, you had it before.
Satay.
Okay.
Yeah. Bubble tea.
Bubble tea is Singaporean.
Isn't it? No, it's not. It's not.
I think it's probably from Taiwan.
Oh,
and
yeah, I can see
yeah,
that.
it's popular in Taiwan.
Yeah.
Is it popular in US?
It is now. Yeah, we have two bubble places in our town.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's probably
my
about.
daughter loves it. She likes the milk tea.
Okay. So let's try this English question. Right. Me saying to a friend, what are you queuing for? And then the friend says, don't know, I'm queuing because everybody is queuing. I don't know what they're getting, but I also must have. So what do you think the Singlish word is?
Yeah, I know this one because you're like, hey, don't be such a hurry. You know,
Yeah.
what is it?
Yeah, I give you some.
Siao. Siao la. No, I don't know it. That's siao la.
So I give you a tip. Okay, either it's Saikang, Kiasi, Kiasu.
It's the third one. Kiasu.
Yes, you got it right. Well done. So you are half Singaporean now.
Thanks la.
Okay, the third one. Which food or fruit you cannot bring into a Singaporean MRT?
That's it. Easy. Durian.
Yes.
Durian?
Yes, durian. Yeah.
They tried to get me to eat it last night, but I said no.
List one Singlish word that you have heard in the past week, and then what do you think it means?
La.
It's not really. Okay, that's Singlish, but maybe what it means then?
I'll never forget. I was speaking at a school. I can't remember the name of the school. And it was an early morning. They picked me up at the hotel. I took a taxi, and it was like 6:30 in the morning. I had to be there at 7. And the taxi driver and I had a full conversation for 30 minutes, and I didn't understand one word he said. It said law. He said law, and that's the only thing I can understand. He was talking such Singlish, I couldn't understand what we talked about.
Go lah.
Don't want lah.
Go lah.
I don't want
Just one time.
Don't want lah.
Okay, so
another word that another word. I mean, besides the ones that I just more like siao la and
how's prata?
prata is shiok.
Shiok.
Shiok la. Yeah.
So shiok means
Delicious.
Yes, okay, great.
Or sometimes I like I was trying to get some food and I put my tissues down so I choked the seat.
okay.
Is that right?
Yes,
Choke?
you're
Choke
right.
la.
Yes.
It's my seat. What are you doing?
Sir, can I choke you?
How do you say crazy? What's the one that you're kind of crazy?
Kind of crazy siao lah.
Siao. Yeah, siao.
Another word would be chalat lah.
Chala. Chala.
Cepat jalan.
Yeah, I like it.
Okay. What is your favorite place in Singapore? Like, I know you have not been like many places yet.
I've been to a lot though.
Oh, okay.
The only thing I haven't
MBS.
done. Yeah, I've done MBS. I've spoken at
Gardens
conferences,
by the-
but I haven't in Gardens on the Bay. I think we're gonna try to do it tonight.
Okay.
Because they say go at night because it's cooler.
True.
How many times have you been Gardens by the Bay?
I've not been to the
Thank
paid
you.
places.
Yeah, see. I'm flipping the interview on you now.
Yeah. That's the thing of Singaporeans, we don't enjoy the things.
How many times have you done a Singapore Flyer?
Once, like many years ago. It's
Yeah,
like
I've probably done it 5 times. Yeah. How many times have you been to Sentosa just to hang out?
probably once every 5 months, 6 months.
Oh, that's quite often.
Okay.
Yeah. That's more. That's yeah.
Okay. Right. Okay.
But my favorite place in Singapore. You ready?
Yes.
Favorite place?
Yes.
The schools.
Wow.
I'd rather go there to MDF or Sentosa. I'd rather be in the schools here.
That's amazing, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if I have a tagline the past 1 week for John, that would be he's a heartbreaker. You know, he's a person who like to make young boys and girls cry. You know, the first time I'm seeing like so many boys and girls just like really pour their heart out when they're listening to him.
No.
Right, so you're really a heartbreaker.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Plus, I'm good looking. In America, heartbreaker means you're good looking.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay.
And modest. I'm very modest.
So one of your core message, right? I mean, firstly, you have been to about how many countries to speak?
50-something.
50-something countries, right? And I really hope you get to go more as well.
thank
So
you.
your core message would be more like bullying, having the courage, being strong,
sure.
right? And
Never
is that
giving
it?
up. Never
Okay.
giving up. Inspiring people that, tough times are going to come into your life. But I just want people to know they don't last forever. And sometimes when we're going through a storm or a tough situation, we just feel like there's just no hope. There's no light at the end of the tunnel. I just want people to know you cannot. I mean, I know you don't have a lot of seasons in Singapore. It's kind of hotter and hottest. But you have winter, you have spring, you have summer, you have fall.
Yeah.
You can't have spring without winter. And those seasons, they're tough.
Yep.
Winter can last a long time, it feels like, but spring always comes. And so I just want people to always know that.
Yeah.
So no matter what country or languages, because we use translators and stuff like that, so it doesn't make a difference.
In 2017, there's a studies in Singapore that shows that Singapore has the third highest rate of bullying. We only lose out to New Zealand and Latvia. Right? And they did it across 50 countries. They have studied this, and it's quite scary. That's why I think your message of anti-bullying is really very important to Singapore, right? Because we have this whole bullying situation here in Singapore, not just youth, adults as well, right?
Yeah.
So I think one of the research based on PISA, they have found out that the reason why students become bullies in Singapore, right, is because teachers are seen as unfair and they may humiliate students or undermine their self-confidence, and then the students try to assert their authority over others.
Now, D nice.
Do you mean Denise?
Son of a bitch. You say your name right now.
Denise?
Say it right.
Denise.
Correctly.
Denise.
Right.
Denise.
Right.
D-nice.
That's better.
Well, I think I want to say two things
Yeah.
about that. One, there's an old saying that says, hurt people, hurt people. So that, no matter, it doesn't, not the position of a teacher, because it can happen from home too. It could happen from an older brother or sister. It could happen from a parent, a grandparent. So it can happen a lot. Through different, so I don't want to just say it's just the teachers. And I could see that. I could see that a teacher doing that and causing problems. I mean, I had an issue with the teacher as well. So my thing is, if I could encourage teachers, is that I know sometimes it's frustrating. You're trying to control your class. You have classroom management. You're trying to do all these different things, but you'll never win a student's mind if you can't win their heart. If you can win their heart, you're going to win their mind. And so I would encourage teachers, when a student comes into your class and they're misbehaving, it doesn't mean they're a bad student. It doesn't mean they're a bad child. It just means you don't know what on with their life that day. What was said to them by a parent, what is going on. Maybe they've been up all night. Maybe they didn't eat. I know that's a problem in America right now for some of our, especially our primary schools. Students go home on the weekend and they don't eat until Monday because that's where they get food at school. So you don't know what's going on at home. So I would just say for a teacher just to take some time, just don't react to the situation or how your child or your students, even if you have to pull them out into the hall and just talk to them for just a moment. And I know that's hard. You're busy, you have a lot going on, but if you can take time to do that, you'll see a difference in that student's life. Is that the reason why Singapore is number 3 in the world? I don't think that's pretty.
That's not only the only
I think
reason.
there's different things. I think culture start to happen. They also did a study a while back. This is a long time ago. Singapore, Japan, and South Korea. Their internet speeds were at a certain level, and the bullying, suicide, depression rate was at a certain level. If you look at internet speeds in the world, Singapore, South Korea, and Japan are one of the highest internet speeds in the world. And yet, they had some of the highest of depression, suicide, and I'm not saying Singapore's highest in depression is Japan and South Korea, but I'm saying that they've seen an increase in that. So we've noticed that even within America, the faster the internet speed, we're seeing a more uptake in depression, anxiety, social problems, mental health issues, because what they're watching on social media or on YouTube or whatever is affecting their lives.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think the thing is that, yeah, if we can just take time and just realize that hurt people, and just like, take time just to step back and try to look at what's causing the issues instead of reacting to what the student's doing.
Okay, thanks John for that. I mean, when you talk about that, right, cyberbullying is also very common here as well, right? Last year they did research also, and they realized that most people who are being cyberbullied in Singapore, the students or the young people, only 3% would actually tell their parents they are being bullied.
I think young people are afraid that their parents will cut access to technological devices.
So most people are hiding, and the reason why they're hiding is because they feel that the parents will take away their gadgets and then they'll be angry with them, So how can parents also play a good, role in letting them open up and share what's going on with their cyber life?
Great question. Yeah. That's the one thing I look back in my life I would have done differently, was I would talk to people. I held everything on the inside, because if I would talk to someone, they could have stepped in. And I think students do get afraid of that, because they're right. They're afraid that they're going to lose their device or their hand phone or tablet or whatever it might be. But as parents, I think there has to be that line of communications. I know a lot of parents in Singapore, both parents work. They work long days. It's expensive country to live in, and there's a lot of the pressure on that, and pressure to succeed at work. And so, but if you take time with your child, with your student, and just sit down and talk to them, just taking time. You don't have to spend money and all that. Just go on a walk, or just take time to communicate with them. It's interesting. I've been doing these dates with my daughter since she was 2 years old, and there's some things that have come out over that time. I remember one time she started going to a school, and we're on a date, and she started sharing about what was happening at school, and it came out during our date. It was just taking time to spend with them. Yeah. And I think that if they can do that as parents, you'll be able to communicate and get that. They'll feel like there's a line of communication between your child and you, so they can share what's going on in life. They're not going to feel that they're going to be reprimanded if they come to you, share what's happening. Someone say, tell parents, it's okay to monitor your child's social media. It's okay to monitor your child's phone. Like, and I'm not trying to tell parents what to do, but when we gave our daughter her phone, we told her this is our phone, and we're letting you use it. So it's not her phone. We do call it her phone, but it's really our phone. So if you ask my daughter today, who owns that phone? She goes, my parents own that phone. Because if something happens and we have to take it away, we're not taking away her phone, we're just taking our phone back. So we own that. So when she got her phone at 12 years old, we did a big thing about how she was stepping to another level, but this is our phone we're letting you use. So she knows that we had the right to take that phone away.
That's an excellent advice that everybody should have, that because kids can be like too pampered, and they argue, they debate with their parents.
This is my phone.
Yeah.
What are you doing? This is my stuff. Yeah. No. This is my thing. You're borrowing it. I pay the bill. I pay the monthly dues to make so you have access to the internet and everything else. And so, yeah.
That's nice. That's nice. Right. So on a different note, right? I mean, you are a strong man, and what's your height?
1.94. 131. Depends what's going on. I had some dim sum this week, so yeah.
Okay, and you work out like 2 hours a day?
Yeah, so I go to the gym every day, but I lift weights 6 days a week. So I'm older now, so I do one body part a day. So like today I did some tris. Okay. Some tricep exercises.
So what are some of the daily routines that you do that people can model,
I think one is no one's ever drowned in sweat.
Okay.
It just takes hard work. People, it's just shortcuts. I've never done steroids or drugs. This is all McDonald's. I'm just joking.
Apple pies, a little bit of Sprite in the side of fries. Let me get a McDouble, let me get a McChicken. Hot sauce, make sure that shit.
But no, it just takes hard work. There's also another saying that flat abs aren't made in the gym, they're made in the kitchen. So it's all about your diet too. And that's hard thing. I've always battled my weight, so I've always battled my diet and stuff. So it becomes very difficult. But I think it's just being consistent. So you can go to the gym, you just want to be consistent in it. And I think the one thing is people, they lift and they'll do a little bit of cardio and then they go blow it on a diet. And so everything they've worked on, now it's gone. So, and I do that too. Sometimes I got to be careful when I reward myself with food. But I think the thing is just trying to be consistent. That's the major thing. If you want to get stronger, you want to be in better shape, it's just being consistent.
Okay, cool. So, one thing I would say that I am really touched by how you talk about your family and the dates that you go with your daughter and how you really love your family.
Yeah.
Any words for parents? What is your heart, your message to them?
Yeah. I mean, I mean, in my assembly, I'm sure they can see on your channel part of my assembly and stuff like that. But, I tell the story about the boy in Scotland when I was speaking who said that his parents sat him down and said, "We're getting a divorce and it's your fault." I just think as parents, we have to be careful what we say to our child. We can't let the pressures of our life or of our workplace and everything else that's going on dictate how we speak to our child. We got to protect them a little bit from that. And there's some issues that have happened. And I understand you want to communicate with your child if you're having problems financially or whatever. But there's some things we got to protect our children from. We don't really, if there's something that's going on in our finances and all that, we don't really put that stress onto our child. And so my thing is protect them, but at the same time communicate with them.
Yeah. I think you also mentioned that your teacher said something very special. I'm very proud of you, which you have not heard before. So I think Singapore also, we kind of lack this affirming culture.
My daughter's older now. She's 16, but we still do our dates, and I'm still affectionate with her. I still give her hugs. Even last night, we're in the hotel, and she laid between my wife and I on the bed, and I just had my arm around her. We're watching TV, and so we try to still show that affection because her perception of a male is through me.
Yeah.
And so, she'll tell you, like I said, one day you're going on a date. You make sure they do what Daddy does, holds the door open for you, and pays the bill.
And twist the frying pan.
Yeah.
He has to do that, right? Okay. Right. So, I mean, one last question, right?
Sure.
So, what's your message to people? Because not everyone get to hear your talks.
Sure.
Right? So, what's your message for youths who are being bullied? And also maybe a message for bullies out there. What would you like to tell them?
Yeah, I think I just want people to know how special they are as an individual. And you go through these tough times and we can really put ourselves into a deeper hole. We got to be careful how we talk to ourselves. I was speaking to a really famous sports team. I'm not going to say the name of it, but and I said the biggest critic you have in your life is not the media. It's not your teammates, it's not a coach, it's not your family member, it's the person that lives in here. So for the person who's going through a tough time, you gotta be careful how you talk about yourself. And never compare your private life to people's public life on social media. When people are posting stuff, that's public stuff. Don't compare what you're going through at that moment to what people are putting on social or public things. And so I just want to make sure, always know who you are and reach out to people. If you're going through a tough time, if you're sad, you're depressed, you feel like there's no hope, you need to tell someone. And if someone's hurting you, someone's bullying you, someone's physically hurting you, need to tell someone. It's not right what's happening to you. And to the person who's causing pain, I want to tell you, for someone who's been bullied his whole life, someone who's been put down, it hurts. Maybe the person doesn't cry in front of you. Maybe they don't show emotion in front of you, but I want to tell you it hurts. And if you're sitting here and you're watching this and you've been that person and you feel remorse today, as someone who's being bullied, can I say this to you? We forgive you. It's okay. Keep moving forward, okay? Let's watch out for each other.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Ministry of Empowerment has been really
it's been
honored to have you in Singapore. We really hope you come back.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Thank you. Thank you for what you're doing and your reputation in the schools and everything else has been phenomenal. Thank you for helping open all these doors.
Yeah, thank you. All the best, John. Thank you so much.
Thank you, man.